some openings. So let's see what this Cummins can do. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing an event that most of you guys probably enjoy doing. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of going car and truck shopping. I feel like car salesmen are very pushy. Even if you have everything taken care of from a financial standpoint, they like to go talk to the sales manager, stay in the office for 15, 20 minutes. Your boy doesn't play those games. I'll just get up and leave. I'll come talk to him directly for the sale price. I don't like doing all the back and forth, making an offer, you send down, you know, and then a lot of these dealerships out here will try to run your credit. PA is gonna drop some knowledge for you guys. So what they do is a salesman will essentially run your credit against every bank that they are able to finance you through. So it could be 20, 30, 40, 50 lenders that these dealerships have. So they run your credit, which is a hard hit, against every single one of these financial institutions. So you'll ask yourself, PA, why would they run your credit against 30 or 40 different lenders? Even though one of them is going to approve you. What they're doing is they're essentially doing a hard credit check on your credit. You're talking 2 to 3 to 5 points per hit. They're running it against 30 to 40 different lenders. You're talking about a substantial drop in your credit. So what this does is this handicaps you. So let's just say you're at the Dodge dealership, guys. They run your credit against 30, 40 different lenders, and you're approved. They approve you at whatever the APR is that you're approved at. And you're like, hey, okay, I like this truck, but I want to go to Ford real quick and see what they have. They're like, oh, okay. So now when you go to Ford, Ford's going to try to run your credit against their 30 or 40 different lenders again. So now you're declined on the credit, right? And you're like, how was I declined when the Dodge dealership at all those places just ran my credit and I was approved? It's because your credit has dropped substantially, and now you're not going to be approved. So now they handicapped you, or basically they handcuffed you to shopping with them. So now you went to the Ford dealership, they ran your credit again, to 20, 30, 40, or 50 different lenders. You're not approved. Now you want the Ford, but you can't get it now because you're not approved there. So now you have to go back to the Dodge dealership and negotiate with them. So they locked you in to shopping with them. So word of advice, guys, go to your local credit union, bank, apply with them, get your finances through them so that you're already pre-approved. You know what your limit's gonna be. Then go to the dealership. Let's just go ahead and get this vlog running, see what we see. Come hang out with your boy today. Let's go. Well, guys, we're just test driving. So last night my brother was making fun of my other brother about having basically a tradesman. He's like, man, if you don't buy someone with leather seats. But today is more of a day just essentially for test driving, see how the truck rides. So this is a 2020 with the Hemi with the 321. I'm looking at 392 because I do tow a little bit. I'm sure this will tow fine, but everywhere I see, everyone's like, hey, make sure you get the 392. And blah, blah, blah. But the issue with the 392 is your gas mileage is about 1 to 2 miles less. And from what I was seeing, most people, it's about 1.5 miles less. So with a 30-gallon tank, you're talking close to about, I think, 50, 60 miles less per tank than the 321. I'm trying not to get T-boned or hit, so that's why I'm being very cautious, because the last thing I want to do is pay for a $45,000 Bighorn. Truck ride's pretty decent, I guess. I mean, I'm about to get on it here in a second. Make sure don't get T-boned.
You gonna try the interstate?
No, do you want to?
Yeah, I think you should.
I'm glad my wife said try the interstate, because I think that's something that's important when you actually go on a test drive. A lot of times, again, I have already done all the research on the car that I want, and so for me, I already know what I want. And so it really comes down to the price. That was a good little test drive. I almost went on test drive this Cummins, and they went 61 for it, but I think that's a tradesman.
I want to test drive this tradesman.
They want 61 for this. I believe this is a tradesman. I believe it's a tradesman with the Bighorn package on it, which, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. It's just for 61, from what I'm seeing, I can get a Laramie. So, but I've actually never drove a Cummins before. The only person I know that has a Cummins, I'm scared of driving his truck because I don't want anything to happen to it. Like, he'll be like, yo, bro, just hop in, back it. Nah, man, go ahead and you do it because I don't want to mess your stuff up. That's the last thing. You know, sometimes you can't afford to fix things. Some openings. So let's see what this Cummins can do. What?
That Cummins is good, but
Yeah, tons of torque. Now there's tons of room, but there's no plug-ins back here, guys. So this is definitely a tradesman. This is a no-go. I think, yeah, it definitely drove rough. That's what I was. Well, it's the tires, but it's also, you know, it's 2500. It's gonna have a heavier duty suspension.